From Mount Juliet, Tennessee, the Tennessee Heat are continuing their quest for a first MTAC playoff appearance in almost a decade, and they're against the defending national champion Christian Community School Colts. It's the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week, live from Ed Suey Field, and good afternoon, everybody, and almost good evening. Spencer Thompson along with Wayne Weathers calling today's game. The CCS Colts, undefeated right now and unstoppable. They are looking for another playoffs appearance and potentially their first MTAC championship under the tenure of Jordan Flanders. But the Tennessee Heat will try to stop them from that if they have something to say about it, as they currently have a 1-0 record in the North against Bowling Green Christian Academy, and this win against the Christian Community Colts could be huge as a motivational factor for Christian Community. And Wayne, we look at both of these teams and look at what they have to offer. What does CCS have to do on the road to have the winning formula tonight?
Well, they have to have a lot of depth, which they actually always have had, and they have to play between the whistles and not get stupid penalties like we've seen a lot in both games that we've seen with CCS and the Heat.
Yeah, both of them having great depth on their benches, but news breaking is that their starting senior center is out. He had got a concussion on Tuesday, so they have a starting junior at the center position. It's going to be interesting to see how they play with that. But meanwhile, for the Tennessee Heat, they managed to recover after that ejection they had in the Lancaster game. They did lose with a broken leg, James Redding, and he thus out for the year. What's the path to victory for the Tennessee Heat?
Well, at least Redding's out on the field coaching his team, and as a moral support kind of. I'm glad that he's okay, glad to talk to him today, and I think that they're going to be more motivated to do well because their star running back and senior leadership is on the bench right now, and they want to do their best for him.
We're going to see how both of these teams perform. It's going to be an intense matchup for the North. It's the Tennessee Heat and the Christian Community Colts in the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week.
And if you would, join me in a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this evening. We thank you for allowing us to play the great game of football. God, what an awesome adventure it is to be able to gather together with our brothers and sisters in your family, to be able to come out here and fellowship with one another, to play a game, to have fun. But God, I ask you to be with each of us as we go through this game of life, that we be good examples for you, that we be excellent parts of your body, that we will do as you want us to do, to be your hands and feet. God, I pray that you will protect each and every one of these athletes out here on the field tonight. I ask you you would build a hedge of protection around each one of them, that there will be no injury tonight. God, I pray that you'll help us to have good attitudes, that we'll have fun, that we'll play with emotion, that we'll play hard. God, we thank you so much for giving us the opportunity, and we love you, and we pray these things only in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
And their home opener starts now. The Tennessee Heat, coming off of a one-win season, looking to change that and get their second win in 2018. And the CCS Colts enter with the American flag and their CCS banner from the right side of the field. And the Heat rush through the banner.
We'd like to thank each of our Heat athletes for coming out on the field. As they come back to the stands, if you guys would just introduce yourselves to them, make them feel welcome tonight. We appreciate all they do for the Heat organization.
And Wayne, we can't say enough about the intensity that is about to go down here in Mount Juliet at Ed Suey Field with the Heat. Again, one win last year, looking to break that and get a second win, just like Riverside did on Thursday against St. Andrews Swanee. It's a huge motivational factor to do better than you did the year prior.
Definitely, definitely. Can't wait to get this game underway and enjoy this great day for football.
Some nice temperatures at Ed Suey Field. Nice 81 degrees out here and the sun shining towards us. Hopefully that glare will be gone as the sun goes down, and the camera set to kick off for the Heat is Jake Herron. The Heat won the coin toss and elected to defer to the second half. So the Colts will have their first offensive drive of the game in just a few moments. Our referee is mic'd up. The teams are ready. Coach Ryan Scott and Coach Jordan Flanders ready for this Saturday night football game. And off we go in MTAC North football. Received in the backfield by Brooks Pugh. He's going to take the return, staying on his feet, brought down at about the 18-yard line. And the Colts start in what would be the Heat's red zone on offense. And again, we talked about how in the pregame their starting center senior is out. He had a concussion on Tuesday, so they have a junior starting in his position. That's got to be a disadvantage for the Colts going into this game.
Well, the Colts' main thing is next man up, so I'm pretty sure they would train their backup center to be just as good as the starting senior, or just a little bit worse, but still be able to play.
There's a rush attempted in the backfield. Derek Jefferson immediately met by several Heat players. Big part on that play was Chris Savely. And a second down and about 17 were a huge loss on the play. One of the largest losses we've seen for the Colts in the games that we've already called for them.
Definitely, definitely.
So second down and 17. Rowley with a man to his left. Rowley unable to flinch the defensive line as a rush on the right by Derek Jefferson is pushing through. Derek Jefferson avoiding all tackles, staying on his feet. Derek Jefferson! Derek Jefferson to the end zone. Touchdown, CCS.
What a play, what a play. This guy's amazing. This guy is so big that it's unstoppable. I mean, he's kind of reminds me of Michael Bund. I mean, he just weaves through the tacklers, breaks many tackles on the way to the end zone, and, of course, scores the first blood, 6-0. Great play.
Almost a 90-yard rushing touchdown for Derek Jefferson. Amazing play for the Colts to strike first blood. And the two-point conversion attempt coming up. And it actually, they're going to try a field goal here. It's Danny Adams, the junior, set to kick. Again, one of the few things you see in 8-man football is a field goal attempt, and it is through the uprights. A 7-0 lead for the Colts already. Only a minute and 6 seconds into the game, Colts are up 7-0. Kickoff here for Christian Community after an easy, not necessarily easy, but a dominant start right off the bat for Derek Jefferson, the junior. And kickoff here for Christian Community. High and picked up at the 32-yard line. And rush for a return of a few yards on the play. And we'll see the Heat's first offensive drive at home for the 2018 season. And they've got their quarterback, Preston Sloan, ready to take the field. First down and 10 on the 38-yard line, and we'll see the Heat's first offensive drive. I formation with a man outright.
They've got to respond here.
Whistle blown by the official. They are moving number 14, Brandon Goolsby, off the field. I believe he has something wrong with his leg pads or something like that. He had some equipment malfunction, so they move in Kobe Pinder, the head referee, moving him off the field. I think it was his knee pads were above his knee. The high school rule, they have to be below the knee. First down and 10, motion. Ball snapped, pitched in the backfield. It's a rush for Preston Sloan.
Gobbled up by that CCS defense. Great defense. Just broke through the line of scrimmage and just tackled him for a loss. Big loss, big start, a bad start so far for the Heat.
Second and 15 for the Heat.
So it's 2nd and 15 with that tripped up in the backfield. Their actual quarterback under center looks like Brandon Goolsby. Preston Sloan is their rusher. It's pitch back. It's Sloan again. Passes it up the middle. Easy catch made by Brandon Goolsby. A great reversal play for a gain of about 8 yards, but the ball loose. And it is 3rd down with a big play for the Tennessee Heat.
Great trick play right there. I'd like to see more of that. Flea flicker. Old style smash mouth football.
Of course, that offensive play cooked up by Ryan Scott, the head coach, and he calls a timeout early on in tonight's matchup. With 9:28 left to go in the first quarter. Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is brought to you by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider, Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way, and by TennesseeHighSchoolFootball.com.
Line.
3rd down and 5 for the Tennessee Heat. It's going to be a rush play by Preston Sloan, not able to get the first down. Gain of about 2 yards for 4th and 3.
For a gain of about 2 yards.
And there is an injury on the field. We have an injury for Christian Community. Trying to check the player's number from the box. And it's Derek Jefferson who's down for Christian Community after getting that first touchdown. That's an unfortunate loss if he goes out of this game early on.
Definitely. After his first run, that was a dominant run. Straight up the middle and still ended up being able to score that touchdown. Hopefully he's okay and will be able to play later in the game.
And they're lifting him off and taking him to the sideline.
Looks like an ankle or a knee injury.
Hopefully it's just a cramp for Derek Jefferson. He'll be able to get back in the game soon. So we head to 4th down and 3.
We got 4th and 2 for the Heat.
As the Heat a little bit confused. They thought they had enough time for water there. It's 4th down. 4th down and 2. And they're going to go for it on 4th down. Ball snapped. It's going to be a rush by Preston Sloan on the right. Can he get the first down? He's going to be stopped. Micah Jones with the stop and Avery Harper on the tackle. And Christian Community will almost take over on downs, but it's a first down for the Tennessee Heat. Great rushing play, and the Heat, very gutsy move on 4th down.
Great rushing play. Way to be able to make something out of nothing with that play. Saw he had nobody open, decided to tuck it and run to the outside and made it for the first down. Great vision to know exactly where those sticks are and get to them.
Another first down as the Heat's offensive drive alive. Sloan with 2 men behind him. And motion there. We'll have our first penalty of the game.
Probably a false start.
False start on the Heat.
Prior to the snap. False start. Offense, 5 yards, first down.
Starting from their own 43-yard line.
Had a little bit of PA time there, Wayne, as the referee made his announcement on that one for a false start.
Oops.
First and 15. It's happened to all three of us in the broadcast booth at some
Definitely.
point. Well, now officially it's been everybody on first and 15. Ball snapped high, and Preston Sloan will have to fall on it in the backfield. Whistle blown dead, and it's second down and about 25.
Are you sure it was the CCS center that went down?
Well, it looks like it's the starting center. We saw this in the Lancaster Heat game where where both of the centers were having high snap problems throughout the game.
Although Lancaster's was actually a low snap problem.
Yeah, Lancaster with low snapping, the Heat with high snapping. Looks like they're at least having one high snap this game. Hopefully they will get that corrected throughout the rest of tonight's contest for second down and 25. Ball snapped. Looking for the pass. Toss on the right side. That's a catch by, looks like, Aiden Diaz.
Pass is complete to Preston Sloan.
Actually, that was Kelton Copeland, the freshman, getting that catch, staying in bounds. Third down and about, looks like 17.
Gain of about
A long
7 yards on the play.
first down attempt here for the Tennessee Heat.
That'll bring up 3rd and 21 for the Heat from their own 37-yard line.
Third down. Preston Sloan under center. Fakes the handoff, looking for the pass. He's going to be rushed by Avery Harper. Left side, he's got it open. Preston Sloan for the first down and more. What a play for the Tennessee Heat.
Again, great vision by the quarterback. Sees that he has pressure, gets to the outside, and gains about 15 yards. Look at that, fake pitch, runs to the outside right away, knows that he will not be able to make a play, and gets a great yardage for a first down.
So first and 10, the Heat keeping their drive, their offensive strength alive. Make that 2 first downs so far. The Colts have not had a chance to possess it on offense, as Sloan will hand it off up the middle. Rowan Cordell trying to push it through, gets a gain of 6 yards for second down and 4. And you look at the Heat's roster, they've got several freshmen who have already shown that they have some good skill in this game, as well as in the Lancaster contest a few weeks back. So the Heat certainly a young team.
Definitely, definitely. Mostly freshmen. How many seniors do they have?
If we count them here, they've got about 5 or 6 seniors on their squad.
Well, really 4 or 5 seniors, because James Redding is out for the remainder of the season, possibly.
Not including. They still have a senior on their team. It just means he can't participate. Rush on the right. Brought down by 2 CCS players for third down.
Ball carried by
rush by Micah DeGrood.
No gain on the play.
And, of course, it was sad news that James had to break about a week or 2 ago for James Redding to have broken his leg.
A broken fibula and a dislocated ankle, as he told us before game.
Yeah, we did have a chance to talk to him beforehand, telling us that information there, and expecting him to be back maybe late October. They told him 2 months from when it was broken, but it'll all depend on recovery speed. Hopefully he'll be able to play in the latter season of the Tennessee Heat. It's Preston Sloan on the right, fakes the pitch. He's outside, pushing through, finally brought down. Gain of about 4 yards, it looks like. Did they get the first down? Just short, 4th down and 1.
That'll bring up 4th and 1.
4:37 left to go in the first. They managed to get the ball out of bounds there.
If I were them, I'd run Sloan out of the I formation and just ground and pound their way to the first down marker. But with the way that their quarterback's running, maybe a QB sneak.
4th down and 1. Sloan again under center. Rested Sloan, quarterback sneak.
See?
And he gets the first down.
See what I mean? QB sneak, great play.
And that's a Tennessee Heat first down.
So,
Way to turn those feet through that line and get that first down.
He's managed to sneak up the middle as you look on the replay. Just easy sneak.
Definitely. And those are the kinds of plays that build drives.
Had a drive of 3 first downs thus far, taking up a majority
and
of the first
two fourth
quarter.
down conversions. Don't forget that.
2 fourth down conversions out of 3 first downs. Looking for somebody to pass to, but he's going to take the rush. That's Brandon Goolsby for a gain of about 4 yards on the play for second down
and
and
he
6.
took a lick on that play.
Whistle blown by one of the officials. There's a timeout called by the Tennessee Heat. So 4:03 left to go in the first quarter, and a timeout called by the Heat. The Kingdom.com, well, actually, it's not a timeout taken by the Heat. It is an injury on the play. Let's see who this injured player is.
No, it was a timeout, Heat.
Well, they're all taking it. They're all taking a knee. That was number 14 of the Heat, Brandon Goolsby, who was down with the injury. So they're resuming play. It was an official's timeout with the injury. But now it looks like they're going to roll the clock. Heat on the sideline. I think the Heat may still think they're in a timeout.
The Heat need to take a timeout right here. They're going to get a delay of game penalty and back them up after they gained a couple yards for second down.
Gain of about 2 yards for second and 8. See if they've got. I think they've got enough time.
They definitely do. Referee hasn't even raised his fist yet.
Under center. Pitch. There goes Rowan Cordell. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 3 yards.
Man, that line of CCS is just dominating the outside, or the defensive end of CCS are dominating the line of the Heat right now. They cannot run anything, but they're passing very well. I think that they should pass more and maybe get some outside runs by their quarterback again, like they have.
That CCS defense is holding the Tennessee Heat from having a chance at scoring thus far, even though the Heat have managed to convert 2 fourth downs into first downs and 3 first downs throughout the game. But, of course, the Colts managing to get that brilliant rush on the outside. Here's a pass on the right, deep, and it will be caught! Catch by Justin Goolsby! Just short of the end zone. First and goal for the Tennessee Heat.
Great play right there. Way to recognize, and a backup quarterback making a great play. And here we have the replay. Just lines up, high snap again. Passes the ball to his wide open receiver, and first down and goal from the 5-yard line.
Timeout called by the Tennessee Heat.
And the Tennessee Heat smartly call a timeout with 2:30 left to go in the first. The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week, brought to you by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. And by Tennessee. Two minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the first, and the Heat are within scoring range. A brilliant pass to the right side to Justin Goolsby. So a pass on the right side, instant stop by the CCS defense.
Man.
That's Jackson Dotterer with the big stop. And just look at the replay on this one.
He just blows through that line. I mean, just gets the jump, and nobody blocks him. That's a missed assignment by the offensive line.
Ball is spotted on about the 6-yard line.
Now 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. The Heat trying to get a score here before the time expires on 2nd and goal, about on the 6-yard line. Hand it off. Pitch, fake, it's a pass in the middle. Touchdown, Heat!
Great play action fake by Sloan, and a great catch and great rollout. And the Heat are on the board, 7-6. And we got replay.
By Carter Sutton.
That fake even
On a
fooled
pass
me.
from number 3, Preston Sloan.
He just fakes, rushes to the outside, and has a wide open man. There's the fake. Rush to the outside, wide open is his wide receiver for a touchdown. And now the point after attempt is blocked.
Block attempt for the kick after is no good. It's 7-6. That could very well come back to bite the Heat. Down by 1 to the Colts with a minute 36 left to go in the first. All right, here we go. Beautiful shot of the skyline here in Mount Juliet at Ed Suey Field. It's also home to the Mount Juliet Christian Academy Saints, one of the 11-man football teams, even the TSSAA, host to the Heat here as well. Catch muff by James Reason, picks it back up. James Reason trying to cut it back. And there is a big hit. One of the Heat players is down, but here goes James Reason on the left side, finally pulled down at about the 46-yard line. There is a Heat player down.
Great return. Way to make we got a replay on that one, Spencer?
I'm pretty sure we do, but there is a Heat player injured on the other side. Let's see what we
Great
got.
return. Way to kick it out to the outside after being recognizing that he had nothing on the middle, and way to kick it out to the outside and get a big gain. Great block.
And there is an injured player for the Heat. We didn't catch the back end of that, but one of the CCS players came up and made a decent block. 1:23 left to go, and the Heat player is back up and walking. That is Justin Goolsby. Justin Goolsby back up on his feet. And the Colts will take over on the 47-yard line.
Man, if Goolsby doesn't get back in this game, that's a tough loss for him, their starting quarterback. But Preston Sloan's been doing well. Oh, and there he is back on the field.
That's Brandon Goolsby. Justin Goolsby is the one sitting out on there. It's both brothers related on there, but different numbers. 1st and 10 for Christian Community. Ball snapped, handed off. It's a rush on the left side by Jackson Dotterer. He's tripped up in the backfield.
Great tackle, great play right there by the Heat. Way to get down low and make sure to trip him up on that play. It's hard to bring down these shorter running backs that are built like monsters.
Ball snapped. Rowley to the right side, incomplete. It looks like Derek Jefferson was not paying attention on that pass. He's trying to be coordinated on there for 3rd down and 13.
Derek Jefferson.
We'll see what the Colts can try and do on this drive. Just a missed catch down by Derek Jefferson.
And now they have 3rd down and 14 to go.
That brings up 3rd and 13 for the Colts. 53 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Ball on the 44-yard line. Rowley with a man behind him. Nathaniel Rowley looking for the pass on the right. Scrambles. He's going to try to take it up. He's going to be brought down for a sack. Takes 3 Heat players to finally bring him down. And it's 4th down and about 17.
Way to swarm to that quarterback once he knew that the play was dead. Tried to make it with his feet down the middle, and the Heat just swarmed in and was tackled by a slew of Heat players.
So 4th down for Christian Community.
And Sloan out to return the kick.
We have another player down on the field.
But there is an injury. There's an injury here. They will stop the clock. 17 seconds. It's another Heat player down. So far, we've already had several different injuries on the Heat bench.
And we can't see the number.
Yeah, hard to tell his number from here. That's the 3rd Heat player who's gone down thus far in the game. Down with a hard hit. He's back up. It's Copeland. That's Kelton Copeland, the freshman, who's going back to the sideline.
He's up on his feet.
It's 4th down and 17. So about 17 seconds. I believe they will run the clock in just a few moments. Fourth down and long. I believe the Colts are just going to head to the side here. I'm not sure if they're going to squeeze a play out or if they are going to let the clock run down for the half.
And they will let the clock run down for the
That's
half.
the end of the first quarter.
End of the first quarter, 7-6. The Tennessee Heat lead or down by 1 over the Christian Community Colts. And the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is brought to you by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider, Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way, and by Tennessee High School football. Start of the second quarter. The Colts have it on their own 42-yard line.
4th down and 15. Low snap.
And that's a low snap, and Zach Head punts it away back to receive. It's picked up, and it's a rush on the left. Preston Sloan trying to stay in bounds. He'll be brought down at about the 44-yard line.
Ooh, better watch that horse collar right there. That was pretty close to a horse collar.
Close call there. It looked like he brought him down by the horse collar. Regardless, 1st and 10 for the Tennessee Heat. That's this on the 38-yard line. We'll see what the Tennessee Heat can work up on this drive. Again, Ryan Scott has tried to lead this team back from a 1-win season. Trying to lead them to a more positive record and a potential run for the MTAC playoffs, which they've already made a decent case for in the beginning of the season. First and 10, 2 receivers on right. Sloan, hand it off. That's a rush for Rowan Cordell. Spinning through Rowan Cordell. Gain of about 8 yards on the play. Ruled down. Second down and 2.
These CCS Colts need to be able to wrap up on those plays because they're not going to get them down just by shoulder tackling.
Second down and 2. Motion on the play. Ball handed off. There goes Micah DeGrood. Wrapped up and tackled by the Colts for third down and 3.
No gain on the play. That brings up 3rd and 2 for the Heat.
So a low-scoring game. One of the lowest-scoring games we've seen thus far from our extreme games of the week. So
well,
the rest of them have just been back and forth with tie scores.
What about the first game we had, Lancaster against the Heat? It was a low-scoring game till the end.
That's why I said most of them were low-scoring up to this point.
Well, both of the Heat games have been close games.
Well, I said most of our games have been back-to-back high-scoring as Preston Sloan not able to get past the line of scrimmage for a 4th down and 4. So the Heat will likely punt it away.
That brings up 4th and 4 for the Tennessee Heat.
Looks like this is just going to be a defensive battle, Spencer. How about you?
It's mostly looking as if it's going to be that way with the low scores we've seen thus far. But like I was saying, it's that this is one of the lowest scoring games we've seen in our extreme game broadcast because a good amount of them have been high scoring, like with throughout the start of the first quarter. And of course, last week we had Sacred Heart and Lighthouse that was tied at 14 at the half as that ball goes out at the 32-yard line. And the Colts will be back to work on offense. There's a player down for the Heat again, but he's right back up. That was Carter Sutton who was down temporarily, and the Colts are back up and running.
4-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10 for the Colts.
I did notice the referee was having a temporary discussion with one of the Colts players. There's a little bit of shoving at the end of that 3rd down play between
this is 1st and 10 for
the Colts and the Heat. Referee making sure that game is kept under control as Rowley tosses it on the left. It looked like it could have been intercepted, but Brooks Pugh makes the catch across the middle. He's trying to weave through, staying on his feet. Brooks Pugh down to the 40-yard line, a great catch, and it's a 1st down.
Pass is complete to Brooks Pugh.
That was a great play right there by Brooks Pugh. Just weaving through the defenders to make a modest play into a great play. Big gain right there by the CCS, and now they're past the 50 and on their way to the end zone.
So 3rd and final timeout for the Tennessee Heat. With 9:20 left to go in the first half, the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is brought to you by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider, Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way, and by Tennessee High School. .9:20 left to go in the second. 1st down and 10. Rowley scrambles. He's going to go up the middle. Rowley not intending to pass it on that play, taking it up the right side. Flag thrown, tripped up at the 19-yard line. We'll check the flag.
Flag on the play.
Just a simple quarterback draw right there. Great play.
We're turning it up in a moment. One of the PA announcers asking us about our referee equipment there, and penalty announcement incoming.
We had 2 penalties to play. It's the offense. We had a block in the back against number 10. That penalty is declined. We had a hold against number 1. That penalty is accepted. 10 yards from the spot, we play first down.
So 2 penalties on the play for the offense.
And that play just was blown up by both of those penalties. You don't often see 2 penalties on a play on the offense. It's usually a offensive penalty and a defensive penalty.
We have seen it's very interesting. 2 penalties called on one side, and the Colts take it to first and about 21. As Rowley looks for the pass on the left, deep toss, and it is caught. Reception by Brooks Pugh. Gets a huge gain for second down and 5.
With the reception, tackled by number 3, Preston Sloan.
Great play right there by Brooks Pugh and the quarterback. Rowley just uncorks a long ball, wide open is Pugh, and modest gain on that play to get second and 5.
Rowley passes it again, right side, tries to make the catch. Jackson Dotterer almost like he didn't expect it there.
That was straight through his hands and right into his helmet. That was a perfect pass by Rowley. Got to be able to bring that in right there.
Jackson Dotterer unable to make the reception and leads to third down and 5. Big gain by Brooks Pugh, but it's now a 3rd and 5 situation for Christian Community. So Rowley alone in the shotgun again. CCS seems to have Rowley in the shotgun alone on the majority of their passing plays. As Rowley tosses it on the left, easy catch by Brooks Pugh. He's going to be wrapped up and stopped. Where will they spot forward progress?
They'll spot forward progress most likely past the line of scrimmage or past the first down marker. If they don't, it's a bad spot because he was across the first down marker when the ball was caught.
It looks like they are going to move the chains. You're right on that. First down and 10 for the Colts.
All right, Heat fans, let's make some noise for this stop. Let's help them get a stop out there.
The clock resuming for first down and 10. The Colts keep their offensive drive up. On the 30-yard line in Heat territory, Rowley passes it. It's Dotterer going up the middle. Gain of about 7 yards, second down and 3.
If you can do that on a rush play every time, you'll have no problem getting down the field. A 7-yard gain and then a 3 or 4 yard gain will get you a first down right there.
Rowley hands it off again to Dotterer. Up the middle, wide open. He's not going to be stopped. Finally stopped by, looks like, trying to see the number from here. That was Rowan Cordell, I believe, who made the stop on the play for a second. And they moved the chains there. It's first down and 10. They just didn't change the down markers.
And there's what I was talking about, a 4-yard gain and then a 7-yard gain and then a 4-yard gain to move the chains. That's great offense. You don't always have to have a big play.
Rowley with 2 receivers on left. Rowley looking for the pass. He's going to try scrambling it up the middle, but it's brought down. That's Chris Savely.
Looked like a miscommunication there by the Heat. Number 4 of CCS was wide open on the outside. Nobody was around him. That could have been a very disastrous play right there, but great work by the line to get through.
So Nathaniel Rowley missing the chance for that pass on the left side under pressure. Second down and 10.
He saw it, but he couldn't get the throw off because of the rush by the Heat. Great play by the Heat.
Motion. Rowley hands it off. There's Dotterer Can't get stopped by the Heat. Second tackle almost into the end zone. Nice stop by Justin Goolsby to prevent the touchdown from even having a chance. 3rd down and 3.
Way to get low and get down to the knees on that one. That's the only way to stop a strong back like that.
Third down and about 5. Rowley, motion. Fake handoff to Dodder. Toss up the middle. Incomplete. Could have been a touchdown by Micah Jones.
Man, he was wide open. If he just ran through and didn't try for that one-handed catch, he would have a touchdown easy.
Ball is spotted.
Just look at the opportunity he had on this one.
I mean, just look at this. There's a rush by the linebacker, so he's just wide open, nobody to beat, overthrown a little bit, but I mean, if he just ran through it and didn't try for the acrobatic catch, he'd have a first down, or a touchdown, actually. Easy touchdown.
So Micah Jones unable to make the play there. CCS staying on the sideline. And time called by the Colts with 5:37 left to go in the second.
And we got the call by the referee.
Timeout. Community Christian.
The Christian Community with the timeout. 5:37 left to go in the second quarter. Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is brought to you by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. And TennesseeHighSchoolFootball.com. Got it.
Line. 5:37 to go in the half.
Fourth down and 4. The Colts are going to go for it. On about the 15-yard line, Colts looking for the pass on the left side. It is caught! Wide open, Brooks Pugh for the Christian Community touchdown.
Looked like another broken assignment there by the Heat. He was wide open. That 4-4 defense is not working for him right now. Just look at that. Look, nobody on him right there. No one. And just gets beat. I think they're running a 4-4 zone defense that's not working out right now. They need to make the adjustment right now before it gets out of hand.
Extra point attempt here. Danny Adams to kick. Drew Belcher muffs the hold. It's an attempt for the 2-point conversion. No good. There is a flag on the play. So we'll see what they call here.
Extra point is no good. Tackle made by number 3, Preston Sloan. Flags on the field.
Just waiting on the referees ruling for the flag.
Most likely a hold.
See what he calls here.
It's most likely a hold here.
So we're still waiting on the official to give a ruling here. I think probably a face mask and an unsportsmanlike conduct is what we're hearing from the film guys up here. The referees conferring.
And CCS is lining up for the next play.
Ready for the, they're ready to reattempt the conversion. But here we go. Here's the announcement. At least I believe he's talking to the I believe he's talking to Coach Flanders, seeing what the situation is.
If he wants it on the kickoff or not, maybe.
Yeah, it may be something that he wants on the kickoff. Just depends on All right, here we got the announcement.
Two fouls on the play. First one is a live ball, face mask against the defense. Half to the goal. We'll have one more time. Unsportsmanlike conduct against number 28 of the defense. That one will be taken on the assuming kickoff.
So it was holding, and it was a face mask, and then unsportsmanlike conduct. They're enforcing the unsportsmanlike conduct on the kickoff there. So there will be a chance for the Colts to increase their lead.
Just like I said, also if there's 2 fouls on the play, you always have to ask the coach which play he wants to, or which penalty he wants to take, and if he wants it on the kickoff or on the point after attempt. Smart play to put it on the kickoff because half the distance to the goal won't do anything for a field goal.
Especially on a personal foul attempt since it's after the play. I'd like to thank our referee for giving us those announcements. We'll see if
and thank you to Kingdom.com for giving us the equipment.
Well, they didn't give us the equipment.
Well, selling us the equipment.
Of course, for selling it to us and for being our sponsor on the Extreme Game of the Week. Low snap. Rowley is going to try to take the rush. He tries to pass out. It's low and incomplete. 2-point conversion is no good. 13-6 is the score. So the Heat still have a chance to get a tie with their touchdown and an extra point. 5:29 left to go in the first half. So the personal foul enforced on the kickoff. The Colts will be kicking it from the Heat's own 45-yard line. Very close kick with that. And it's going to go back for a touchback. So we'll see the Heat offense back to work.
Now, is it the 20 or the 25 here? It's the 25 because I believe it's the 25 because it's a 100-yard field.
No, it's in the NFL moved it up to the 25, but
so
high
did
school,
college.
And it looks like they moved it up to high school as well. It's on the 25.
Because this is a 100-yard field, not a 80-yard field.
That and the NFHS adopted the professional and college football rules, but they're moving it back to the 20 on that one. So I guess high school still hasn't adopted it. It's at the 20-yard line for high school. Touchback. The Heat start out on their own 20-yard line. Ball snapped, handed off up the middle. Gets about a 6-yard gain for second down. Trying to spot the player from here. Looked like that was
Copeland.
That was Kelton Copeland, number 28 on the rush. Second down and 5. 2 receivers out left. And pass on the left side, low and incomplete, intended for Copeland. Third down and 5.
Bring up 3rd and 5 for the Tennessee Heat.
Third and 5, the Heat in their own 25-yard line.
Looks like Goolsby's back in the game, number 13.
Justin Goolsby back from his injury. Hopefully we'll see him perform well throughout the rest of the game.
He's out wide at wide receiver.
hoping for the most part we have no more injuries. 3rd and 5. Fake rush. It's a pass in the middle. Almost caught right through the hands of Justin Goolsby.
And look at that. Brother goes to brother there right away, right when he gets back in the game. Just couldn't make the catch.
So 4th and 5. Looks like the Heat are going to punt it away. But we have seen them go for it on 4th down and short. I believe we maybe saw 1 or 2 punts from the Tennessee Heat.
We have. You were correct. Great punts, I might add.
So they're going to go ahead and just punt it away and not take the risk.
But watch the fake here.
They have Brooks Pugh back to receive.
Almost blocked right there.
Punted away by Micah DeGrew. They're going to let it go down to about the 40-yard line. And the Colts have it in Heat territory. And there are flags on the play.
Flags on the play.
Another discussion with the official. We'll get the word in just a moment.
Possibly roughing the kicker there.
They're pointing to both sides. Let's get the penalty call.
We had a personal foul against the return team prior to the kick, so it'll be 10 yards from the previous spot. Black, first down.
Running into the kicker.
So personal foul, and they're returning, going to.
Personal foul on the Colts.
That's on the Colts
That's a
there.
10-yard penalty. Gives Tennessee Heat.
So the Heat have their offensive drive alive.
As I said, roughing the kicker was the call.
15
Yeah, roughing the kicker on there, as the Colts will start out their offensive drive. Or
the Heat will continue
The Colts
their
will
drive.
try to start their offensive drive in hopefully as minimal time as possible, but they'll have to keep their
And they need to
defensive
move the
stride
chains.
up here. And referees having a discussion. There's still the flag in the backfield there. We'll see what the referees have here, talking to Coach Flanders about the foul. Flanders just wanting his explanation on that one. And they'll move the chains for the first down.
Although if he did touch him after the play, it looked like he got a hand on it maybe, and the refs didn't see it. If you get your hands on the ball, you can hit the punter to keep the ball and keep him from getting the ball back.
You missed that, but the referee almost missed his flag there as a pass to Micah DeGroot across the middle. First down, and Moore fumbles the ball but keeps it all alive. Big push, and it takes almost the entirety of the Colts team to take him down. Micah DeGroot, the all-star, to the 32-yard line.
It just takes a little spark to get back in great play. And that was just a great play. Way to shake off those tackles, a little bit weak on those tackles, and then he's just pulled down. It takes 4 guys to pull him down there.
As I was saying before the ball was snapped, you missed it there, but the referee still had his flag on the ground, and it looked like Brandon Goolsby pointed out to him, hey, your flag's still on the ground. They had a nice laugh there between the referee and players there. So first down and 10.
You're right, I did not see that. I must have been adjusting the camera.
And flags thrown. Check the penalty.
Timeout.
It's a timeout.
Timeout called by Christian Community. So 4:03 left to go in the second quarter. Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is brought to you by Kingdom.com, Ministry Technology Provider, Grace Point Healthcare, Modern Medicine the Old-Fashioned Way, and Tennessee High School Football. 4:03 left to go in the second. Tennessee Heat marching down the field. Ball snapped and handed off. Preston Sloan pushes through, and the ball loose. Second down. They rule the
They're
ball
calling
down
him
by
down
contact.
by contact, correct.
And down by contact before the ball popped out. It looked like the Colts could have gotten a good strip there. It's second down and 6.
Looks like second and 6, 6.5.
Goolsby with a man behind him. And fakes the handoff to Sloan, looking for the pass on the right side. Could have been caught. Attempted catch. Micah DeGrood unable to make it there. It's an incomplete pass.
That was a great throw. Uncorked a long bomb right there. Just missed on that throw. I think he got a little bit of pressure from that cornerback. That was great coverage by the CCS, the Colts right there. It looked like he was going for him right away.
The third down and 6. They're trying to get a player rushed off of the Colts sideline. They can't get him in time there. As it rushed, pass attended, incomplete.
Way to get those hands up by that defensive line right there and stop what could have been a great play right there, but on the running back screen.
There's also a player, it looked like it was Isaac Altum, who was on the Colts side of the ball, had to be told by the bench to rush off before they were called for too many men on the field.
Yep.
So the Heat should have just snapped it there and could have gotten a 5-yard penalty on that last drive.
But it's hard to recognize that when you're in the middle of a game.
Yeah, hard to recognize, especially when the entire opposing team's bench is screaming at him, "Get off the field!" Fourth down and 6. Ball snapped, flags thrown. Check the time called. The officials conferring before the penalty announcement. Likely an offsides.
Maybe a false start.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, defense, 5 yards, second down. Fourth down.
So it's fourth down and 1 for the encroachment.
That's a 5-yard penalty.
So we at the fourth and looks like about fourth down and 2. So the Heat have new life on this drive. Fourth down and 2, an easier chance to get a first down here than before. Goolsby, pass on the right. Goolsby wide open. It's a touchdown for the Heat. Brilliant catch by Boone Russell.
Great pass, great catch, touchdown, Heat. And they have a chance to take the lead right here.
Boone Russell for the touchdown.
Just a simple corner route right there, and was able to make the catch and get the touchdown for the Heat. Great play.
The entire Heat sideline is going crazy, along with the Heat fans here in Mount Juliet.
We've got a great turnout here.
Great turnout of fans. We'll get a shot of them later, but we'll get the extra point attempt here. A great game thus far. The Heat have a chance to take the lead. The field goal is good, and it's tied at 13 for the Heat and the Colts, deciding not to go for the 2-point conversion attempt there. Tied at 13 with the defending national champions, the Heat, keeping it interesting against the Colts.
And just look at this show out by the fans here.
You could have told me we were doing that now. Switched over to the BRB screen. There's the turn. Get us a shot one more time. The fans didn't see it.
Just the turnout of the fans here. I mean, I've never seen it in all my days of managing football and all my days of football in my life. I mean, it's just a ton of fans, big show out.
You were not at the MTAC championship last year.
I was not. You're correct.
Mm-hmm. So you'll probably see that huge turnout for the MTAC championship this season. We'll be ready to broadcast that later in the first weekend of November. But you're right. But needless to say, you're right. This is a big turnout for the Tennessee Heat. They always have their fans come out here to Mount Juliet. Micah DeGrood set to kick off. The score tied at 13 with 3 minutes, 17 seconds left to go in the first half. The Heat and Colts keeping it interesting in a battle for the North. This game could very well determine who gets the number 1 seed in the North.
But teams have surprised us before. The ball was muffed and goes out of bounds. It was touched by one of the
lucky break right there. That could have been a real disastrous play right there. It was tipped. As the ref is saying right here, it was tipped, and there will be no penalty, and they'll have first 10 at the 37-yard line.
So, yeah, the referee just clarifying there. And that was Isaac Altum who was trying to get the ball recepted on the kickoff. Cut a very lucky break there.
He needs to back up right there and not try to jump for that ball.
But regardless, the Colts have possession. First down and 10. Rowley hands it off and immediately stopped down. There are several flags thrown. That was Derek Jefferson trying to run it, and we'll check the flags. We'll see what the second. There were flag thrown by the referee and the side judge. So the officials conferring, and we'll get the announcement.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 48, 15 yards, first down.
So face mask on the Heat, and they're going to move that up 15 yards. A great, unfortunate defensive mistake by the Tennessee Heat. They move the ball all the way up to the 50.
That is just poor judgment on the Heat's part. You got to stay away from the face mask. Get down low and hit low and grind and turn your feet to get them.
Here's Rowley. Rowley looking for the pass. He's going to be sacked.
Number 40,
Chris Savely with the sack.
Rowley saw right away that he was in trouble and just could not get away from that Heat defense. Great line by the Heat and great tackle.
Getting a nice shot of the referee getting his line secure there. I don't. Yes, we did get a replay of that one. There's Rowley brought down.
Yeah, right away he noticed it and just started running to the outside. He just couldn't get away.
Clock winding down for the final about 2.5 minutes in the second quarter. Second down and 17. Rowley in the shotgun. Passes it. That's Jackson Dodderer. Dodderer on the right side. He's going to avoid a tackle. Jackson Dodderer avoids a second. Gets pushed out of bounds at the...
I believe that is Derek Jackson.
Derek Jefferson with the big play.
Yeah.
See when the numbers are crunched on the jersey, it's hard to tell. But 33 Jackson Dodder with the big play there, and let's check the replay on that one. I didn't get a replay on that one. Actually, that's going back to the sack.
Come on, man, you got to get a replay of that one.
That should have gotten one on that. But Jackson Dodder with a big play, first down for the Colts on the 40-yard line in Heat territory.
Almost looked like a defensive set for a second by the Colts.
Motion on the play. Rowley will hand it off. Here's a rush on the left by Danny Adams. Danny Adams, gain of about 3 yards on the play. Second down and 6.
Tackle made by number 47, Michael DeGrood. Ball carried by number 24 for the Colts, Danny Adams.
Christian Community on 2nd and 7.
1:34 left in the second quarter right here.
The clock winding down. The Colts trying to get one more score before the end of the half. Rowley has Adams to his right. Rowley looking on the right side for the pass. He gives it off to Adams. Adams rushing on the right side. Danny Adams cutting inside. Danny Adams on his feet. Has to be shoved down by one of the Heat players.
Just a bubble screen right there by CCS, and a great catch and great run after the catch on that play, and great execution. As you can see, just runs past the tackles really fast, gets a juke to the inside, and then cuts back outside. Great gain right there.
53 seconds to go in the half.
Under a minute left to go in the second quarter. Rowley. Motion. Rowley. Left side. Catch. That's Jackson Dodderer. Gets stopped. Second down and 5.
Number 3, Preston Slow.
First down.
The clock will continue to wind down. Daniel Meek getting fired up on the Colts sideline. The entire sideline for Christian Community fired up after that one. 5 yards to a first down as the clock continues to run. 18 seconds. Rowley tries to coordinate the play. He's got 3 on the left, 1 on the left. 1 on the left, 3 on the right. Rowley looking for the pass, tosses it over. Good catch. There goes. That's Jackson Dotterer again, and time called. With 2 seconds left, the Colts call a timeout right before the end of the half.
Well, with that kicker that they have, possibly trying for a field goal right here to end the half.
They would easily be able to take the lead. It depends on how much their range is for their field goal kicker.
It looked like he had enough range on that first field goal or extra point attempt. He was straight through the uprights over the top of the upright, so maybe.
2 seconds left before the end of the first half. Colts calling a strategic timeout there to figure out if they want to kick a field goal or go for the touchdown.
I think the smart play is to try to get the lead with the field goal, and if you don't, you have no chance for the Heat to get a touchdown on a interception or something like that.
But if you're Coach Flanders, you're a risk taker, aren't you?
It looks like they got the offense out there, so you were right.
Coach Flanders taking a risk here with 2 seconds left. Rowley in the shotgun, 2 receivers on left. He's got Jefferson on right. Motion. Clock will expire. Rowley looking for the pass across the middle. It is
caught.
Did he catch it? In doubt, they catch it. Touchdown, Colts.
I guess you were right. Flanders is a risk taker, and it worked out for him. And we'll go to our halftime report.
As soon as the extra point is gone here, but here's the replay.
Just a great way to get away from the Heat rush and just throws a dot of a pass straight to his man for a touchdown. And great catch right there. It was almost a diving catch.
So the Colts will take the lead at halftime.
Looks like they're going for 2 and not kicking.
They're going to go for a 2-point conversion here. More risk-taking here by Coach Jordan Flanders. Ball snap. Rowley on the right side. Incomplete pass intended for Derek Jefferson. Incomplete. And that will end the first half. 19-13. The Colts lead the Tennessee Heat after 2 quarters. The halftime report in just 30 seconds. The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week brought to you by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way, and TennesseeHighSchoolFootball.com. Welcome to the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week halftime report. I'm Spencer Thompson. That's Wayne Weathers, the team manager, Hall of Fame for the Franklin Classical School Knights, making sure that a paper doesn't fly over there. The score at the half, 19-13. The Colts leading over the Heat, and it's a game we expected. We knew it was going to be close. We knew that both of these teams, they're essentially fighting for first place in the North. Because Bowling Green has beaten the Heat, and CCS still has to play Bowling Green later. But this could be this is going to be very influential in the playoffs. But what is it that has CCS in the lead going into the halftime locker room?
Well, first of all, the Heat beat Bowling Green. Bowling Green lost to Lancaster.
Well, Lancaster, they're in the South, so it doesn't make a difference on that seed.
Bowling Green lost to the Heat, not beat the Heat. But what has CCS up right now is just a great offensive execution and great defense on the other end that's keeping the Heat at bay. The Heat had a great drive going, and then all of a sudden just lost their marbles there and had a turnover on downs, and it led to the ensuing drive that we just saw for the end zone, to the touchdown. And just great execution there by Flanders and his many coaches.
Yeah, and you look especially at the Tennessee Heat with the several injuries they've had, so they're having some issues with that. But the other thing you look at especially is that the Tennessee Heat, they're not making bad offensive plays. They're having some good reversals. They're making some good offensive choices, but they're down by 6. What if you're Ryan Scott? What are you telling your guys in halftime?
We're still in it, and we need to fight till the end, just like Coach Dubs always says. We need to fight. We need to keep fighting.
Okay, so you're basically pulling an FCS here.
Yeah.
You can tell this guy's a homer, but in all seriousness,
hey, easy there.
in all seriousness, there. What are you telling? What is Scott telling his guys at halftime? Just keep fighting.
Just keep fighting, and you're still in this. You're only down by 6 at halftime against a great team with a chance to take the lead. So just give it your all and lay it down on the field between the whistles. Don't do anything stupid to get stupid penalties. Don't let your emotions get too high, and enjoy this game. Have fun. The main thing of football is to have fun. It's a sport to have fun, not a grudge match, as they say.
Both teams certainly having fun in a 19-13 lead for the Colts over the Heat. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for coverage of the second half of the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week.
ball. Let's make some noise. Tennessee
Welcome
Heat
back
fans.
to Ed Suey Field. Coverage of the second half beginning here. 19-13, the Colts lead over by 6.
Don't touch it.
And onside kick.
That should be a sporting right there.
And there's another Heat player down.
Looks like possibly a targeting call right here.
Is there a flag on the field?
Player down on
No,
the field.
but
We ask all
I feel like
athletes,
he
please
probably
take a knee.
targeted him on the head. Because look at him. He's just down holding his head. Could be a concussion right here.
We've seen concussions from different from different players around the league, and hoping that this player is okay.
Right now, they're just going through the concussion protocol at the moment. And you want to take a break real quick?
We just got back, man. We don't have to take a break. But I mean, you look at how the first half went, and you look at how the Colts managed to get that score at the end. It shows how the Colts they are a team that fight back. The Christian community is a team that fights back no matter how down they are. They manage to push back, and most of the time they do come back and win it whenever they fight back. Obviously, there have been some cases where they haven't, but they do fight back, and they know exactly how to push through and get through it.
Yes, they are. Also, the Heat are a team that fights back. After losing to Lancaster, they came back and dominated Bowling Green. And I'm sorry, I'm just enjoying these
you know what
great concessions by the Heat, and we'd like to thank the Heat for giving us free concessions for the game today.
There is a flag on the field, so we will get an announcement from the referee in just a moment. I believe they're discussing on if it was targeting or not.
I believe it was, just judging by what we saw. I wish we got a replay on that one.
Let's give him a round of applause.
Just missed that at the last second. But we will see.
There is a flag on the field.
We will see what the flag call is once the referees are done conferring. But of course, the important thing is we are hoping for certain that
Looks like it was number 8.
it's Carner Rury who's down, and we'll get the call.
The foul on the play was illegal blocking by the kicking team. We got a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the first touching, first down.
So it's on the kicking team. Nothing called for that targeting. And Coach Flanders having a discussion with the officials, making sure he understands the interpretations and everything. And it is a first down for the Tennessee Heat, deep in Colts territory on the 39-yard line.
I think it was awesome by Flanders to go out and check on the player, too.
Always good sportsmanship. Jordan Flanders and Ryan Scott, both two of many of the noble head coaches in all across the league. Many coaches, essentially all of the coaches in MTAC and 8-man football, making sure that their players are okay. Caring all about player safety, because that's number one for the Middle Tennessee Athletic Conference. First down and 10. Motion on the play for the Heat. First drive of the second half. It's a rush on the left by Preston Sloan, trying to spin out there. Not able to do so. Gets tripped up for a gain of about 5 yards for second down, or make that actually a gain of 7 yards for second down and 3.
8 yards. That'll bring up second.
Nice run
About
by
7 yards. That brings up second and 3.
brilliant
for the Tennessee
run
Heat.
there by Preston Sloan. Second
Sure
down
was.
and 3. Motion again. He'll fake the handoff to Sloan. Pitch on the outside. Catch made. Maybe back to the line of
right away
scrimmage.
right there. Great defense by the CCS Colts. Not fooled at all by the fake on the jet sweep, and just a great execution by the offense, but just didn't work out.
Third and 3.
It's Rowan Cordell who made the catch on that play. Got stopped by the defensive line. It's third down and 3.
Got motion
Ball
again.
snap. Toss on the right side. Almost an interception. Brooks Pugh could have had it there. Overthrown Pass intended there for Justin Goolsby.
The
So
Heat, I
4th
think,
down
are
and
doing
3.
too much of the exact same thing, and they need to quit and just go back to what they were doing, running it up the middle and running it to the outside, and stop with that motion that's not even working. They're not even biting on that motion right now.
4th down and 3 for the Tennessee Heat. Play being called from the sideline.
I don't know if our mics are picking it up, but CCS faithful are all on their feet, chanting defense.
I've never heard him called that. CCS the faithful. Might use that. The attempted rush instantly stopped in the backfield.
It's the CCS faithful, the fans, or the faithful ones.
The CCS faithful. Gotcha.
Yes.
Look at this replay and how the defense managed to weave through the offensive line.
I mean, CCS has been doing that all day long. It's a 3-man front, too. It's really hard to get penetration on this 5-man front or 4-man front by the Heat right here. No, 5-man.
Clock to 10:38. 10:38.
So the game clock, the referee just getting an adjustment to set the game clock to 10 minutes and 38 seconds. 10:38, Coach. No, it's down to 10:22 right now on the official score, where it seems to be set to 10 minutes, 38 seconds. They're going to wind it down here, trying to make that adjusted, and they get it going. Our clock about 40 seconds off. 10:38 is what it reads on the scoreboard here at Ed Suey Field. Colts Rowley trying to get the pass off, almost intercepted. Brilliant catch. Derek Jefferson has to be brought down by almost the entirety of the Heat team on that one. 2nd down and 20.
Jefferson's just a great athlete. He can catch the ball if it's down at his feet or at his head or above his head. He just knows where the ball is going to be and catches it on the fly.
Took about 4 or 5 Heat players to take him down there.
Jefferson's a big boy.
Derek Jefferson, the junior, he's got one more potential year with Christian Community to prove himself as a senior leader. He's already making a good case for it tonight. Low snap, and the Colts must fall on it. The referee quick to blow his whistle on there to keep the quarterback safe. 3rd down and 22.
The Heat need to be careful right there. They dove on on the quarterback right there, right after the whistle was blown. That could have been a big penalty right there, roughing the passer or unnecessary roughness right there.
Potentially a late hit as well, as it's 3rd down, about 3rd down and 22. Colts trying to get a big offensive play going, and we've seen plenty of those throughout the game with the ball being carried by Jefferson or Daughter. Rowley is going to try to pass it. Scrambles around. He's brought down for a sack.
That's a Tennessee Heat sack. Number 40, Chris Savely.
Savely with the sack.
Great play right there to get through the defense. Just look at that. Look at that. He just gets through defensive end and just unblocked almost.
The Colts on 4th and maybe 30. This clock continues to wind down. So the Colts will punt it away. They looks like they've got back to receive.
Number 3, Sloan.
They do have Preston Sloan back there to receive it. Picks it up at about the 50. Preston Sloan weaving through. Preston Sloan! Touchdown
play
Heat!
Right there by Preston Sloan, just weaving through that defense like they're nothing. Goes to the middle, then cuts it back to the outside when he gets the opening and sees green grass, and he's off to the races, as Spencer would say.
I tried to cut back on that, but brilliance by Preston Sloan, the senior, leading his team well.
Great cut right there, too.
just look at this again. You see the punt. You see him weaving through.
It's not often you see a punt return for a touchdown. Kick return, all the time. But a punt return for a touchdown is very hard because you have all of those players just running straight at you and a limited amount of blockers.
The extra point attempt here. And they'll
Extra
kick it
point's
through
good.
the uprights. It is good.
And the Heat take the lead.
The Heat is going to take the lead 20-19 with 8:09 left to go in the game, in the game's third quarter. The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. The Heat take kickoff here for the Heat. Being kicked off towards the backfield. It's Brooks Pugh to receive it. He's going to take it on the left side. Brooks Pugh weaving through. He avoids all tackles. Brooks Pugh into the open field. Touchdown, Christian Community.
Number 4, Brooks Pugh with reception. And
We apologize
touchdown
for
the
the
Colts.
battery being out on that one, but what a play. Brooks Pugh weaved through on the kickoff return. You're right. You're right about kickoff returns happening all the time. You're absolutely right about that, Wayne, with kick returns happening, but what a play by Brooks Pugh to weave through the defense.
Apparently, we are hearing from the film guy for CCS is he's the National Player of the Week. Sorry we couldn't get that up on camera. Battery died, so we had to change it out.
Yeah, we've seen that on Twitter where Brooks Pugh was National Player of the Week, definitely showing that in tonight's matchup against the Heat, proving that as another 6 on the board, and with the extra point,
No good.
it is no good. So
Kick
just
is
6
no
points
good.
on the board for the Colts. They lead by 5.
Score
They
is
leave 25 to
25.
20
Your
over the
Tennessee
Heat with
20.
7:53 left in the third.
And that was a huge extra point that they just missed right there. They should have gone for 2 here because now the Heat are leading by, or they're leading by just 5, and the Heat can come back with just a touchdown.
Kickoff here for the Colts. Video source should be loading up any moment. As it gets kicked high to about the 27-yard line. Ball snapped and handed off. Weaving around, the Heat trying to get through to the 34-yard line.
Ball snapped and handed off. It's a kick return,
I
bro.
wouldn't say snapped and handed off. Well, if I did, that's fantastic. That's fantastic when that's
And
not
we got
actually-
another Heat player down.
Another injury on the play. I can't tell who it is from here,
Looks
but
like
hoping that he's all right for certain.
battery, low exchange battery.
And our camera just giving us some issues here, but we'll get that up in just a moment. We're going to take
We're back on time.
It'll be first and 10
So
for
the
Heat.
so the injured player, we missed him up here in the booth trying to get this
34-yard
camera worked out. We're all good to go. 7:47 left to go in the third. The Heat back on their offensive drive. First and 10. Ball snapped, handed off. Heat with Rowan Cordell gets brought down in the backfield
Handoff to
for
number
a loss
32,
of
Rowan
3.
Cordell.
Second down and 12.
Tackle for a loss of about
Second down and
3
13.
yards. That'll bring up second and 13 for the Heat.
So a 5-point lead for Christian Community, but as you were saying, that big touchdown rush a big touchdown kickoff return by Avery Harper, putting the Colts up by 5, missing the extra point. Pass on the right side could have been a good attempt at an interception by Derek Jefferson, incomplete, intended for Boone Russell.
But it was a good job to just stay back and make sure that the receiver didn't catch the ball, because if he misses it, the wide receiver has a wide open lane to the end zone. Which is the problem in most college and professional games. The corners are too aggressive and try for the interception when not worrying about the receiver first, and they get picked off, or they get big gains because of that. They are not picked off most of the time.
Scramble in the backfield, toss made, easy catch by Rowan Cordell. He's not going to get the first down. He'll get just short at about the 42-yard line, but a nice pass and nice gain there by the Heat, going to fourth down.
Number 32,
Fourth down and 1.
That'll bring up fourth and 3.
Fourth down and 3.
For the Tennessee Heat.
I mean, just a great screen right there. That's the same screen screenplay we saw earlier that was tipped in the backfield. This time they got it taken care of, and it was a big gain right there. And it will bring up fourth down and 3 yards to go, a manageable fourth down. But it looks like the punter's out there.
Looks like the Heat will not take any risks on their own 41-yard line. They're just going to punt it away, but potential won't be faked. Punted away to Brooks Pugh, bouncing in the backfield and tapped down at the 23-yard line. So the Colts will take possession. 6:08 left to go in the third. Christian Community leads by 5, and they're going to take another drive down here to potentially increase their lead. We have seen several big defensive stops made by the Tennessee Heat, and that's thanks to the defensive coordinator, Tony Diaz.
It'll be first and 10 for the Colts.
Who's helped rebuild the Heat's defense in the offseason. Rowley hands it off up the middle. Tripped up by the Heat's defensive line.
Handoff.
Jackson
Colts
Dodderer
number
trying to
33,
get the rush up there. It's 2nd and 9.
Jackson Dodderer. Tackle made by several Heat players.
Football players trying to start a chant right here, but it's not working out for the Heat faithful.
Well, the fans chanting "Let's go Heat" for their Tennessee players as it's tossed on the right side. Intended pass from Jefferson, incomplete. Looks like he could have had it, just went right in between his hands.
3rd and 9 for the Colts.
And 3rd down and 9. The Colts are looking to march it down the field. I'd like to thank you all for tuning into tonight's broadcast for 8-Man Extreme, the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week, live from Ed Suey Field in Mont Juliet, Tennessee. Spencer Thompson and Wayne Weathers on call, bringing you the 3rd of 3 triple header weekend. Pass on the right side, catch by Jackson Dodderer. 1st down and more, stays in bounds. Knee down at the 40-yard line. Brilliant play by Jackson Dodderer.
That will be a 1st down for the Colts.
1st down for Christian Community, and what a play by Jackson Dodderer.
Just a great great pass and run right here. It's just a bubble screen again. And almost missed, caught, just breaking tackles all the way through and getting a great big 1st down right there.
1st down and 10 on the 40-yard line for Christian Community. Here's Rowley. Scrambles in the pocket. He's going to take the rush up the middle. Nathaniel Rowley is past. Good stop by Rowan Cordell to prevent anything else from occurring. But a big play by Rowley for a big 1st down.
Number 32, Rowan Cordell.
Just notices that he has nothing downfield and decides to run it and gets a great run.
Timeout. Heat.
We got a timeout by the Heat.
Timeout for the Tennessee Heat with 4:43 left to go in the 3rd.
Timeout. Tennessee Heat.
We will step aside the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week, brought to you by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider, Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way, and by TennesseeHighSchoolFootball.com. First and 10 for Christian Community. Flag thrown for a false start.
Prior to the snap. False start. Offense. 5 yards. 1st down.
1st and 15 for Christian Community.
Got to get that snap count right if you're a Christian Community.
Here's Rowley in the shotgun. Rowley looking to his right. Scrambles, looking to the left. Toss, low, incomplete, intended for Brooks Pugh. Under pressure, managed to get the ball out. 3rd down and 15.
It's hard to get a throw off when you got 4 or 5 big dudes in your face. I mean, he just couldn't handle it and was hit as he threw, so it kind of impeded the throw from being made accurately.
2nd down and 15. Rowley, same formation, 3 men to his left, 1 to his right. No motion. Rowley looking on the left side. He's going to toss it to Brooks Pugh. Pugh is going to have 2 defenders. Brooks Pugh staying on his feet. Brooks Pugh takes almost the entire Heat defense to bring him down at the 25.
To Brooks Pugh. That'll be a first down for the Colts.
Big play for the Christian Community Colts as they get back to first down. Ball on the 25-yard line in Heat territory. 1st and 10 here for Christian Community. Nathaniel Rowley, the senior quarterback, looks for the pass. Scrambles. He's going to be brought down for a sack.
That's a Heat sack.
3 Heat players having to bring him down. Big defensive play.
Rory, Carter, Sutton,
The
and
Heat
Chris
just
Baker.
got through right away. This CCS line, I don't know if they're just tired or something, but they're just getting through those outside tackles right away and just bringing them down for sacks.
17 for the Colts.
And now it's 2nd and 17.
Second and 16
So the
for
Colts on a huge loss of yards from that sack. Go back to 2nd down. Both sets of fans here from Christian Community and Tennessee Heat cheering on their crowds as push up the middle.
Tackle
Offensive
made by
stop.
number 22, Trey Rory.
Jackson
Kickoff to
Dotterer
Colts number
unable to
33,
get past
Jackson
the
Dotterer.
line of scrimmage for a 3rd down.
Gain of 1 on the play will bring up 3rd and 15 for the Colts.
Now, of course, you look at the schedule going forward for both of these teams. You look at Christian Community; they head to play against FCS as Rowley tries to pass. It's loose, and Rowley will fall on it in the backfield. Huge loss. 4th down on the 42-yard line.
For the Colts.
I've never seen anything like that. I don't know what happened there,
The Heat 41-yard line.
but that was the weirdest play I've seen in a while.
It's like a high snap. He was trying to make the pass, and then the ball got loose. Now, 4th down and long. Doesn't look like CCS is going to punt it. They're going to go for it. Ball snapped. Rowley pitches it out. Here goes Jackson Dotterer. He's been known to make big plays before, and he'll stop him shy of the 1st down marker. Jackson Dotterer is limping.
That'll be a turnover on downs to the Tennessee Heat.
He got his knees swept when he tried to hurdle him right there. It looked like. As you can see, he's just running to the outside, and then he just tries to hurdle and gets hit right on the ankle. That's a bad hit.
Timeout. Tennessee Heat. That's their 2nd charge timeout of the half.
So a timeout for the Tennessee Heat with 1:45 left to go in the 3rd quarter. The Colts lead 25-20 in the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week, which is brought to you by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider, Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way, and by TennesseeHighSchoolFootball.com. Better. 1st down for the Tennessee Heat. Ball on the 26-yard line. 3 Huts, and the high snap is picked up. Rowan Cordell trying to make something out of nothing, and there's a flag on the play.
You just got to dive on that one right there. But there is a flag on the play. Let's see what it is.
Looked like it may have been something in the backfield because it was thrown during that whole scramble. The officials having a discussion here, and we'll get the call.
Illegal low block against the offense. Number 3, half the distance to the goal. First down.
So Preston Sloan called for the illegal low block.
Chop block.
Chop block there, and it's brought a huge amount back after the sack.
Another word for that call is clipping.
It's clipping, chop block, but they bring it back a good distance. And Coach Scott discussing with the referee to make sure he knew what the call interpretation was. So now first down and about 27.
So it will be.
And nice job by the referee to have his lapel mic off. It happens.
Ow, that hurt.
It happens. Clock winding down here in Mont Juliet. So the Heat on first and way long. Ball snapped, handed off, brought down down from behind. There is another flag. It looked like it could have been a potential horse collar. We'll get the flag penalty call on this one. It might be going against CCS.
I believe it is. I believe it was a horse collar.
And the referee thinking his thinks his microphone is on right now, or thinking it's off right now. Just adjusting it. It was an illegal face mask on Christian Community. They moved the ball forward.
They moved the ball forward? It doesn't look like they did.
They called something. It looks like they called something on the Heat. So the ball going up the middle.
Because it is first and 35.
Maybe actually about maybe first and 29. Looks a little bit closer, but it's now second down after that rush up the middle. So 60 seconds left to go in the third. Clock winding down. The Heat will maybe have one or two more plays here, keeping it close at their home field of Ed Suey Field.
It's actually second and 25 right now.
Something along that. 3 snaps and whistle blown. I believe a potential false start.
Maybe encroachment. False start.
So it's a false start. It's a false start.
False start against the Tennessee.
And we got some more PA time.
It happens. Yeah, false start in the offense. Again, the referee thinking his mic is off right now. He's adjusting it.
Ball up to their own 8-yard line. Second down.
Yep, still on. We can hear the noise down on the field. That's all right because it's now second down and about 30 at this point. The Heat having penalty issues. Deep toss in the right field, overthrown, intended for Justin Goolsby.
Number 4, Pugh needs to watch his hands right there. It looked like he could have gotten called for the pass interference. It looked like it was almost holding Goolsby, as Goolsby right now is just putting his hands out like, how is that not a penalty?
Now third down and very long. 20 seconds left on the game clock.
Pass was incomplete, intended for number 13.
Incomplete pass, still third down and 30. Heat very deep in their own territory. Ball snapped, handed off up the middle. Gain of maybe 3 yards on the play for fourth down, and the Heat is going to bring out their punt team.
Looks like they'll just run down the clock for the end of the third quarter.
And they're having the people come out to the center of the field, but it looks like they're going to head right back. That's the end of the third quarter, 25-20. The Colts leading over the Heat And the game, only 12 minutes left to go in the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. Brought to you by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider, Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way, and by TennesseeHighSchoolFootball.com.
Give your attention to our Heat cheerleaders.
Yet.
All right, we're going live.
If they don't punt here.
Here we go. Fourth quarter, start of it. 12 minutes left in regulation. The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week here. Again, Spencer Thompson, Wayne Weathers on call. Our production manager, James Shannon, over in North Carolina. Or North Carolina right now. Usually he's either on site or watching up in Springfield. Ball is at the 41-yard line after being switched.
41-yard line.
6 seconds into the fourth quarter, the Colts are back on offense. We'll see if they can increase their lead.
For the Colts.
You know, Wayne, we definitely. Yeah, there's a laughter from the referee. He's still got his lapel mic on.
We definitely what, Spencer?
Saying we definitely have a good game here tonight. No other games going around in 8-man football. What's even more interesting is that it's been kept so close. A huge turnaround for the Tennessee Heat from last year.
This is the smallest deficit I've ever seen against CCS. I mean, I've always seen CCS blowing out teams. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, but there's a good chance that we could have. What the heck? There's a sprinkler on in the middle of the field.
The sprinklers are on.
What is this, a B-Dubs commercial?
Oh, my goodness. Even the referee got sprayed on that one. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Somebody needs to turn those off.
And Gouldsby just dancing on the sprinkler right now.
I gotta be honest here. That has got to be one of the most crazy things we've ever seen in 8-man football.
This is a Buffalo Wild Wings commercial right now.
Let's see what the referee's saying here.
That's not. You cannot, with the balls in the air, you cannot contact a receiver. You can't bump him.
Okay, they're having an officiating question here. We should have turned on his microphone there. Got some questions. So Coach Ryan Scott calling their facilities manager saying their sprinklers got turned on. I wonder if there's any conspiracy behind this. You know how the NFL had the power lights go out in Super Bowl 47. I think there's something going on here. There's something.
I think that they're just trying to turn back the clock right here.
Yeah, the sprinklers are off. He got them turned off, and play will resume. But that's actually a big thing you got to look at. The sprinklers being in the middle of the field, rushes up the middle. Not only is it going to get money, but it's going to be slippery for the rushers.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where it's going to be slippery.
Yeah, you can see the spots here. So those rushes up the middle might be stopped. Maybe there's a conspiracy here. Somebody in the Tennessee. No conspiracies here.
No blaming anything.
Of course not.
You don't want to be.
Of course. It's only speaking in a facetious manner. It's just like people think that the NFL was behind that delay of game in Super Bowl 46. It didn't actually happen. It wasn't, Super Bowl 47 wasn't an actual thing inspired by the league. It's all hearsay. Here's Rowley pitches it out. There's Jackson Dotterer on the right side. Jackson Dotterer will stay in bounds. Jackson Dotterer to the end zone. Touchdowns, Christian community.
The Heat need to answer here. but it was a great run by Dodderer here. And as you can see, just wide open field, great blocking by CCS, and the tackling needs to be better here. He needs to get lower and wrap up better. He hits him and doesn't actually close his arms for the wrap up. Looks like CCS will go for 2 here.
And
as they should.
Yeah, smart move to go for 2, even though they're down. It's a 2-score game. That'll make it 13 points. Pitch out to Derek Jefferson. 2-point conversion is good. 11-13 left to go in regulation. CCS leads it 33-20 here in Montjuliet. Kickoff here for CCS, leading by 13. Tennessee Heat have yet to respond here in the second half. High kick and muffed, and the Colts fall on it.
Oh, no.
Isaac Altum falls on the ball, and the Colts have it. And let's check the replay on that. He wasn't towards where the sprinklers went off.
Ball is recovered by the Colts.
No, but the ball could have been wet from the sprinklers. The Colts were on offense when that happened. I think they just pulled the slippery ball trick on him.
May have been on there.
Or maybe it's just a little butterfingers.
Could be what? Could be one of the 7.
Could be both.
Mm-hmm. In any case, the Colts have the ball back. 1st and 10. The Colts have a chance to put this game away. 13-point difference, and the Colts have it on the 29-yard line. Ball snapped. Rowley scrambles. Looking for the pass across the middle. He finds it incomplete, intended for Brooks Pugh.
Wide open. You can't miss that pass right there. It was in stride, perfect pass. Can't miss that one.
So 2nd down and 10 with the incomplete pass. Brooks Pugh just missing a chance to make something of almost nothing there. Nathaniel Rowley under high pressure. Ball snapped. Rowley pitches it. Here goes Derek Jefferson again. Derek Jefferson on the left side. 1st down and more. Derek Jefferson.
Brought down by a slew of Heat players.
Unable to basically stay on the ground. Big play by Derek Jefferson on this one.
He was lifted and just taken off the field, basically, by that Heat defense. Look at that.
It was the only way they could stop him throughout this entire game.
Got to get low. You see those hits to the shoulder pad. You can't have that. You got to hit at the hips or in the knees. That's the only way to stop these guys. I wish they could hear me right now.
Maybe put a wire in one of the headsets over on the Heat sideline. Ball snapped and scramble. Rowley is going to be brought down just about at the line of scrimmage.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what the coach just said, because as you could see, he dove for the legs. I've got telepathic powers talking to that coach right now.
Talking to Coach Scott. He's got either telepathy or maybe the Heat film guy up here has a wire down to Scott. Could be that. Who knows?
I don't think so. I don't see no headset on him.
2nd down and 10 on the 14-yard line.
The Heat need a big stop right here.
Ball snapped, and Rowley looking across the middle. Toss and attempted one-handed catch by Brooks Pugh. Unable to make the play. 3rd down.
Who does he think he is, Odell?
He didn't have, it looks like he didn't have the chance to move his body around to put 2 arms up for that.
Yeah, you're right.
3rd down and 10. Colts trying to get another score to potentially put this game away. The Colts fans cheering on their players, and the Heat trying to cheer on their defense. Here's Rowley, shotgun toss across the end zone, touchdown for Brooks.
Incomplete.
Stopped at the last second. Let's get the replay on that one. It looked like it was a catch, but didn't complete the process of the catch. And we missed it.
Oh, I was watching the play.
Watching the play over the camera, but 4th down. May try a field goal here. Is always a possibility. We'll see what they call on the sideline. Flanders has, we have hardly seen that in 8-man football. I think we maybe saw it once or twice last year where 3-point field goal attempts were tried.
I think we saw that by Riverside, number 2 of Riverside. I can't remember his name. He was last year. He was in the All-Star team last year.
Don't remember who it was, but timeout called, I believe, by the Heat. With 9:31 left to go in the game, it's a 33-20 lead for the Colts over the Heat.
Timeout.
And it's a
Community
timeout
Christian.
for Christian
First charge
Community.
timeout of the half.
Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is brought to you by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider, Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way, and by TennesseeHighSchoolFootball.com. Anyway. Colts going for it on 4th down in the red zone. Rowley rolls out to his right, scrambling around, looking for the pass in the end zone, tosses it at the corner. It is caught by Brooks Pugh, and he will be short of the 1st down marker, it looks like. Or actually, did they get past?
Pass is complete.
They moved it. They moved the chains for a 1st down. A great play by Brooks Pugh.
First down.
Looked like he fumbled it past the 1st down marker right there.
Managed to keep it in possession, and it's 1st down and goal for Christian Community, looking to put this game away. Ball snapped in. Rowley hands it off, and it's one of the several men, Derek Jefferson, one of the several men leading for the Colts tonight. Touchdown, Christian Community.
Just that's a wrong replay.
Yes, that was a replay from earlier in the game that we didn't catch there, but touchdown there by Jefferson into the end zone.
Looks like they're going for 2 again.
And they're going to go for 2 again, I believe, to essentially put this game away. Be a hard hill for the Tennessee Heat to climb.
It would make it a 21-point game, but
2-point conversion is good.
it's good.
9:11 left to, or 9:13 left to go in the game. 41-20 the score. Kickoff here for the Colts as they lead by 21. What was a close game has now turned into a 21-point lead for Christian Community. The Heat still have plenty of time to fight back.
They need a good return right here to get good field position to be able to get a quick score.
And
it's muffed again, and he falls on it. It's okay.
He muffed it, did muff it there. There's a big flag in the backfield by the official. That was by the referee in the backfield.
Maybe a late hit.
And that
might
might be a great break for the Tennessee Heat if that's on the Colts. And we'll get the call.
Personal foul on the kicker tee, number 16. 15 yards added to the end of the run. First down.
So that foul called on Isaac Altum of Christian Community, and that's a lucky break for the Tennessee Heat as they're on the 49-yard line in their own territory, so they have a definite chance to do something good here.
We did not hear what that call was, but I believe that it was a late hit on CCS right there.
Personal foul that moves it up 15 yards, and
I like how this ref is saying the number, too.
Here goes the Heat, toss on the left side. Sloan can't keep it in. Incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10.
Pass was intended for number 3, Preston Sloan, incomplete.
Preston Sloan a little shaken up on that play. He got sandwiched between 2 guys.
And Sloan just going to the sideline, taking a bit of a break. Hopefully he'll be back in soon. Here's 2nd and 10. Motion. Ball snap. Fake handoff. Attempted pass is going to be a rush up the middle. Pulled down by several CCS players. Looked like it was Brandon Goolsby on the rush. 2nd down and 6.
It was Brandon Goolsby.
There's not even a Daniel on the Heat roster there, Wayne.
Well, dang it.
Not even
for the Tennessee Heat.
There is a Danny. There is Danny Adams on Christian Community, but there's no actual Daniel on either of the teams here tonight.
I don't know where Daniel came from, man.
3rd down and 6, but low snap, and they rule it down by contact as the Heat player picked it up while he had a knee on the ground. So it's spotted for a loss of 4 yards. 3rd down and 9. Excuse me, 4th down and 9. So the Heat
4th and 10 for the Heat.
We're actually back down to where they started for 4th and 10. So the Heat.
And remember, right now, the Heat only have 1 timeout remaining because they used 2 of their timeouts in the 3rd quarter. So these are big timeouts that they needed to keep for the 4th quarter.
So one of the Heat's last stands here as they pass it up the middle. Catch cannot be made by Justin Goolsby. Incomplete. And it's a turnover on downs for Christian Community.
For number 13, Justin Goolsby, incomplete. That'll be a turnover.
So the Colts take over with 7:45 left in the game.
seems like the Heat can't catch a break after that one drive where they were backed up in their own territory with a first and 35 at one point, I believe, first and 40, something like that.
Yeah, that was when they got pushed back for several penalties and an official's timeout called. See what the referee tells us.
Officials timeout.
An official's timeout here. Wanting to see what.
It was the chains guy. He didn't have his pylon up.
They called the official's timeout there, and 7:45 left to go. The Colts take it over. Ball handed off up the middle. It's a big rush. Derek Jefferson again to the end zone. Touchdown, Christian Community.
And Christian Community is off to the races, just running away with this game, to quote Spencer.
I mean, I never said running away to this game, but off to the races I have said before. But Derek Jefferson just off. Completely off to the end zone. Two-point conversion attempt here. Colts are just going to go for it instead of a field goal. Rush it up the middle. Two-point conversion is good. 49-20 the score. The Colts lead by 29 over the Heat. 7:31 left to go in regulation.
I believe they have put this game away.
CCS getting the ball kicked off. It's Danny Adams, their kicker, who has only tried, I believe, 1 or 2 extra points throughout the game.
Wow, that was a booming kick right there.
It will not go fully to the end zone. The Heat will field it, being chased down, and ball loose. I believe still in possession to the Heat.
The Heat will have the ball on the 3-yard line.
Looks like
possibly
maybe even shorter than that, really close to the goal line. So the Heat take it over as they try to get something going on here on offense.
They're on the 3-yard line.
That's what the zooming was going on for. You make the people sick watching the broadcast, man. You keep zooming in and out, they're starting to get sick.
Sorry to be evil there for a second, but
first and 10 on the 3-yard line in their own territory. High snap, handed off. It's stopped in the backfield. It's a safety. 51-20 the score now. The Colts managed to get a safety on that one.
Now it's a 31-point game.
I believe we did catch the replay on that one, but let's check. It's in the backfield, just immediately stopped by Asher Nix, the freshman, getting the safety.
It's not very often that you see a kick return go to the 3-yard line. Not often at all.
Yeah, it's one of the not only that, but it's not often you see a safety in 8-man football either. That's one of the first that we've seen in a good amount of time.
Now to see if they end up kicking it or punting it. You can either kick or punt in this league. You could do an onside, couldn't you?
Actually, I don't think you can. I think for safety kicks, you have to punt it, or somebody can hold it for you on the ground. But it can't, as far as I know, you can't onside kick it after a safety.
I believe you could. I mean, it's from the 20-yard line.
Well, what would be the point of onside kicking it? You take too much of a risk of them having possession on the on potentially the 35 or the 40.
Well, you have nothing to lose.
Well, yeah, you are right about that. Potentially nothing to lose. But it's a 31-point lead.
As you can see, they're not holding it. You can kick it off.
I guess they changed that in, or I guess the NFL still has that rule. It's that in the NFL you have to punt it or somebody can hold it for you. I guess in high school they'll allow you to kick it off with a tee, but it's kicked off. And
that was a good boot right there.
Good boot. Christian Community taking the return. It's brought down. That's James Reason runs down. The kicker fell down at an awkward angle back on the field. That's Micah DeGrood had an awkward fall when he got his kick after he kicked off the ball. So he's limping off.
He can't even limp off.
Timeout, official timeout due to injury.
So they're going to take some time to look at Micah DeGrood, and we will step aside. Micah DeGrood needing to be assisted off the field. Something going on with his right ankle.
Maybe a knee. I saw his knee buckle when he tried to step.
It may be his knee as well, but it looked like it was something with his ankle.
Timeout. Community Christian. Second charge out of the half.
So Christian Community will take a timeout and will
step aside once again.
Yep, the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week brought to you by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way, and Tennessee High School football. Ready?
Ready.
Get a shot of Jordan Flanders, head coach for the Christian Community Colts. He's in his fourth season in eight-man football, fourth season of head coach for the Christian Community School Colts. 26-9 overall, one of the most positive record coaches in MTAC. He has not won an MTAC championship yet. He came really close last year and lost against South Haven, but he did win in the national championship game for the NHSA, a record of 13-1 last year. So Coach Jordan Flanders, one of the highest-ranked coaches in MTAC, and one of the youngest coaches in MTAC, I'll add. And here's second down and 5. Rowley hands it off. It's Jeremiah Fitch, the junior, and ball ruled down by contact.
I think he got that ball. All right. Let's get Ryan Scott.
Coach Ryan Scott for the Tennessee Heat. He's in his second season. He's 3-7 overall. So correction. I thought
2-7. They're 1-1 right now.
In his second season, they're 3-7.
Okay.
I'm going by the prior records to tonight. He's overall 3-7 prior to the season. Missed the postseason last year with his 3-7 record last year. So I got that stat wrong about them only having one victory. They had 2 others last year. As Rowley gets for a 4th and 5. He just continues to run down the clock. It's at 5:36. So both coaches looking to improve
Their record.
throughout the season. Improve their record tonight, but Flanders will likely get to another victory. Technically on the season, he would be 29-6, I believe. This will be the Colts' 3rd victory.
If the Heat come back in this one, this will be the biggest comeback in MTAC history, I believe.
Flag thrown in the backfield as the Colts rush on the right side. Horse collar, 2 flags thrown there. We'll get a call from the official in just a moment.
Flags on the field.
And we'll get the officials will discuss here. And we'll get the call.
James Lassiter.
We have 2 fouls on the play. Horse collar, defense. Holding, offense. Those penalties offset. Replay 4th down.
So offsetting penalties for both teams. 4th down. So 4th down and 6 for Christian Community, just running down the clock as much as they can.
Well, that's a break for the Heat, stopping the clock right here. As I said, this would be the biggest comeback in MTAC history, I believe.
4th down and 6 for Christian Community. They will run the clock. So they've got, I believe, Micah Jones under center. He's going to fake the handoff and take it on the left side. Micah Jones for the 1st down, slides down, and a 1st down and 10 for Christian Community.
Man, that was a good slide right there. He looked like a real quarterback right there in the NFL or college level. We don't see very many slides by a quarterback in 8-man football.
Or memento to one of your favorite sports. He looked like a hitter from the base. Looked like a baseball player there.
Looked like he was sliding into the base, you mean?
Trying to steal home.
If you steal home, you slide with your head first, Spencer.
You could steal. You could go with your legs. I mean, it's not
normal.
normal.
If you go with your legs, it's slower.
It's not normal, but you can.
But let's get back to football.
Right. America's past time. We're in America's present right now. I love baseball, though. 1st down and 10. The Colts just winding it down here. Rush up the middle by James Reason. And he's going to weave through James Reason, the junior. Gets to about the 12-yard line. Big play by James Reason.
James Lassiter with the carry.
That's James. That's looking at the
Jake Heron for the Heat on the tackle.
plays here. So big play for Christian Community and just putting this game away as the clock continues to run down. 3:35 left to go in regulation. Of course, we'll have the post game on 8-Man Extreme. If you go to our Instagram account, you'll see 8-Man Extreme for the post game. We'll get an interview with the likely victorious coach, Jordan Flanders. He's trying to lead his team back into the postseason and potentially get his first MTAC championship with Christian Community. Got them their first national championship last year out in Florida. 2nd down and 8, 2-yard gain.
They didn't go to Dayton last year. They went to Florida.
I believe the national tournament that they went to is down in Florida, not out at the NACA. So the NACA, they have their tournaments, but for Christian Community, they went out to They may have gone to Daytona. They may have gone to Daytona Beach, but I don't know if they went out to Dayton in Tennessee. We wanted them to go for the All-Star game, but they didn't have the chance to go down because that's the same week as the national tournament. There's Jeremiah Fitch up the middle to about 3rd down and 2.
Panama City.
The film guy for CCS telling us up here they went to Panama City Beach for the national tournament.
Did they play football on the beach?
They may have. I don't know. So Wayne is going to head down there. I'm going to take over camera duties for just a little bit. He's going to head down there, getting ready to go live right when the game is over. Hear me, Wayne? Right when the game is over. He's going to go live right when the game is over for the post game on Instagram. So be sure to catch all that in this live, and I'll join him shortly afterwards as it's rushed up the middle. 4th down, and the clock continuing to run. Fourth down at the line of scrimmage for 4th down and 3. 70 seconds left to go in regulation. Jordan Flanders, not sure where Jeremiah came from on there. I think I was looking at the roster here for one of the teams, but Jordan Flanders will get his second North victory, his first official North victory with a win over the Sacred Heart Knights. Getting that by a technical victory with the forfeit in the first week of the season and turnover on downs. The Heat take over with 43 seconds left to go in the game. And that will essentially wrap it up here. I believe the Heat will just rush it down.
Number 55, Elijah Diaz on that tackle. That will be a turnover on downs to the Heat. 1st and 10, Heat. 43 seconds to go in the game.
Tennessee Heat kept it interesting for the first half, getting score after score. They took one lead in the second quarter, and CCS struck back towards the end of the half. And the Tennessee Heat taking a 31-point loss here in their home stadium. Flags thrown, false start.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
A false start call in the offense, and 1st and 15, one of the last plays of the game. Motion on the play. Another flag thrown for another false start.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, defense, 5 yards, 1st down.
So dealt right back on an encroachment call. So 1st down.
A little noise for some of our younger players.
1st down and 8.
Time for both sides.
Motion again. Ball snapped, handed off. Brandon Goolsby with the rush. The clock winding down. And Christian Community goes down to Franklin to face off against the Franklin Classical School Knights next week. And the Tennessee Heat will next go to Lighthouse Christian School for another North game. Hoping to get a victory in the North there as the Heat toss it on the left side. Pass incomplete, and the clock does stop at 5 seconds.
Brandon Goolsby from Kobe Tender. Incomplete.
5 seconds left.
Brings up 3rd down.
3rd down, and likely just one more play here for the Heat. Probably going to rush it up the middle. And flag thrown. Another penalty.
Prior to the snap, Encroachment. Defense. 5 yards. Third down.
So an encroachment on CCS, 3rd down and 3. And motion. This will be the final play of the game. Fakes a handoff, pass. Heat going on the left side. That's the end of the game. 51-20. The Colts are victorious over the Tennessee Heat. The Colts get the job done. And we are going to head down to the field for the post-game interview with Jordan Flanders and the post-game handshakes and huddles on Instagram. Thank you for tuning in to the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. Which is brought to you by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider, Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way, and by TennesseeHighSchoolFootball.com. On behalf of Wayne Weathers, James Shannon, our producer, and everybody involved with 8 Man Extreme, thank you for watching the Extreme Game of the Week. We will see you on